Hey, you guys, we're live. We're a little bit late, but we're live. And I'm Trish Triumpho Sullivan from Downtown Book and Sound. And I just realized I didn't turn on my mic. So I need to do that real quick because it'll sound better on here because the microphone from the computer just isn't that freaking great. Okay, now you can probably hear me a little better. So I'm Trish Triumpho Sullivan from Downtown Book and Sound. And you know what? Kind of better late than never. We were supposed to be on at 7:15, but we finally did get on. Whoops. We're not live yet. Oh, what the hell was Twitter? Get out of Twitter. I don't want Twitter. Remove Twitter. Yes. Okay. Now we are absolutely live on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Trish Triumpho Sullivan from Downtown Book and Sound, and I'm here to welcome Enid Baxter Ryce, who is, I think you were just voted best professor again, weren't you?
Was I?
Weren't you just voted best professor again?
I don't think somebody else probably.
Well, if she didn't get it, she is the best professor in Monterey County. I don't care what MC Weekly says, or Monterey County Now, whatever they are. Enid is the best. She's also a very talented artist, and along with Luís, Cámera, who had to leave a little bit early. Well, not really early, but we're late.
On time.
He left on time. We're late to start our live stream. But if you're watching now live, either on Facebook or Twitter, I'm not Twitter. YouTube. Thank you.
It was in the cards.
I guess, yeah, it was in the cards. We are here to not only welcome Enid, but to introduce her new tarot deck that she just released called the Borderlands Tarot. And my glasses aren't working, so I can't really read the Spanish part, but I do remember Borderlands. And we've been having a pretty wonderful night with a big turnout, which is why we're a little bit late to start our live event. But Enid's going to is going to talk about her tarot just a couple of minutes or a minute, and then she's going to do a reading on air. But I'd like to ask Enid, and there's her tarot decks in the background. What was your inspiration to start this?
So I learned to read tarot cards as a kid, and I kind of put it down in my early 20s. And my inspiration to create this deck actually happened at this bookstore. I was here for First Friday, and I was supposed to meet with Trish, and she was really busy. And so she told me to sit, and I sat, and I was sitting in front of a tarot card reader named Ricky's table. And Ricky said, "Can I read your cards?" And I said, "I'm broke." And she said, "I don't care." And she gave me a reading that was so profound that I don't know if you remember this, I never talked to you. I actually jumped up and burst into tears and ran out of the store and drove home. And right around that time, I've been asked to create something for a museum piece, a project. And I realized, you know what I want to do? I want to do tarot cards and read them at the museum. And so that was this deck. It was part of the Mexicali Biennial, which opened in Santa Cruz Museum of Art and History years ago, and also went on to the, I'm like blanking on
Smithsonian, right?
No, it's the one in LA, the Cheech. It went onto the Cheech. And so then I work with a really awesome literary agent, Liz Nealon, and she heard about this project and said, let's try to sell it. And so we were able to publish it with Running Press, which is part of Hachette, and the editor's name was Maria Rio. And it's been just so wonderful to work with them and their whole team. So I will now do a reading for my friend. I'm going to actually turn this and just, wait, wrong way. Wait, how?
Yeah, that's right.
There she is. Hillary Fish, as many of you know. And we're going to do like a little 3-card reading. Okay, did you shuffle the cards?
No.
Okay, so first we want you to shuffle the cards and think about, you know, anything, any question you have. And you can, you know, just let your mind wander too and just see what you get. And really shuffle them like you're going to, you know, deal me a hand of poker. It's a little harder to shuffle.
It's a giant deck.
Yeah,
these are beautiful.
They're big and they're beautiful, and that's what they look like. And so me and Luís had so much fun creating these together. He is a filmmaker, and one of his films, Silencio, which premiered at the Oaxaca Film Festival, features Loteria cards. So I knew that he would want to do this deck with me, and that's why I asked him to do it. And the theme of that exhibition was the Borderlands. It's really also connected to Salinas because the Mexicali Biennial, when I reached out to them, I said, you know, Salinas is not on the border, but it really functions like a border town in a lot of ways. And would you consider, you know, including us in your exhibition series? And that's how we ended up at Santa Cruz Mall. It was supposed to be down the street, but close enough.
I think I got the hang of it.
All right. Hillary's really.
That's funny because, you know, I've always, when I moved here, I felt like this was very much like Yuma, which people go back and forth, which is the border town, or close to it.
So now we just cut the cards to the right one time. And then I'm going to just pick them up and see what we got. I'm just going to do a really simple kind of past, present, future reading for Hillary. Oh, wow. This is great. Okay, so what we have are 3 cards. So we start with the past. And what we have is the 10 of Pentacles inverted. So we're seeing a lot of abundance. We're seeing a lot of success. But the inversion is also like, you know, maybe thinking about like things feeling a little bit off kilter, things feeling a little bit out of balance as well in the middle of all this abundance. The strawberries are the 10 of Pentacles because they are so about abundance, but they're also a card that the strawberries reference the idea that like it's hard work to pick strawberries and it's kind of a lower paid activity. So really thinking about like our relationship to what we have and what we don't have. So you were thinking about this a lot. You're really thinking about like those structures in your life and maybe relationships with like career and setting things up so that they stay moving and stay stable. We move into the 7 of Wands, and the Wands is the realm of the spirit. And that's where you are now. You're coming into a place where you're reconnecting spiritually, and you're really getting ready to like blossom in a different way. Like, how does what you do really feed the deep core of who you are? And this is a short-term thing. These are both in the short term. In the long term, you see this big card of the future, the sun, and this is really a card of like great beginnings, happiness, fruition.
Love that.
And it's a large it's like a big manifestation. This is a major arcana. So this is a major theme for you. So you have this kind of ability to make things happen. Like you're very good at figuring it out and making it happen, and just really trusting yourself as you move forward, because you are going to find that thing that really connects to the core of who you are and really feeds your spirit as well as the rest of your life.
I love that tarot card reading. Thank you, Enid. I think it's very fitting for this time in my life too.
Yay!
So, thank you.
Thank you. I wanted to see if Yelena wanted me to read her card.
Oh yeah, come on over. Thank you,
Hillary.
Not a good shuffler now.
Oh, that's okay. You can, always just like mush them around on the table like this.
Yeah.
But it's just to get your hands on them. Okay, so we're gonna keep Yelena off camera and see if you have a question. That's okay, right? It's okay, Chief. I'm really proud of my neighbor because she is the new police chief at CSUMB. So Yvonne, congratulations. And we're gonna throw this party. We gotta have, now it's gonna be an even bigger party. Y'all are invited. Good job. Way to go. Good shuffling. Okay. So now I'm going to say to you, go ahead and cut the cards. Just once. Perfect. I love your necklace. Wow. Okay, so you have the same first card as Hillary, but yours is not inverted, which is interesting. Oh, this is great. If your question was about, like, should I trust this collaboration? Will it be good for my spirit? The answer is yes. We're starting here from a place of like abundance and really feeling like you're understanding what you want to manifest in the world, which is really wonderful. And you are going to move from this into a place of stable. The answer is yes, you're going to be able to do it. And the last answer, what's coming in the future for you, is a collaboration that will sustain a true partnership that'll make you really happy, and things will begin to grow in your life that you want.
Gorgeous. Very gorgeous.
Hooray for you!
Resonate with it.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. Right.
Especially my present.
Oh, that makes me really happy. I'm happy for you. And you can take a picture. I can take a picture of it and text it for you. Text it to you if you want. But just to remind yourself, and trust yourself.
I think I had my phone on me.
Okay, I'll text it to you. Gorgeous, thank you. I think it's good that you don't have your phone on you.
It actually is good, right?
Great. Perfect.
You
Hooray!
get a reward for that.
I'll take a
All
quick
right.
So, do we have any questions from the audience about before any other readings? Does anyone have any questions?
What was your favorite card?
I
So
think
the question was.
the question was, what was my favorite card? And you know, the sun really became a signature card for the cards. This is the back of the cards, and so this is this happy sun I've been drawing for like years and years and years. You can see it on my Fort Ord project too. So yeah, just really positive, upbeat, nourishing, light. Thank you.
It's one of my favorite thing to say to people is have a sunny one, because in some
Yeah.
ways it's a state of mind, right? It's not just a sunny day, but you can make your own sun and have.
I mean, it's weird because like I actually prefer fog, which is lucky I live in Marina, but yeah.
Other questions?
Yeah.
Ask you something. I found all of your tarot readings beautiful in the past, present, and future, and you said a lot about the present with these cards in the Borderlands. Do the cards connect with your past or your future, or how do you see them connecting with your life?
I think for me it was just like revisiting this thing that I learned as a young child and really meant a lot to me and gave me a lot of hope as a kid. And you know, these cards, when you work with them, they're not the occulty scary thing that like they really are just about like paying attention to how you feel when you see something. So you don't have to know like what each of these things mean. You just really know like how you feel when you see it, and it helps you to almost meditate and reflect on how you're feeling inside. So it's just a way to reconnect. And I think it's so interesting to me because like those cards are like the same size as my phone, and we were just talking about how it's good you don't have your phone. And it's almost like the opposite of the phone. It's like I look at this and it's slow and it's quiet, and I think, what do I think about this? Like, what does this mean to me? Like, where am I at right now? And maybe tomorrow this will mean something different, but it's just a way to slow down. And I really wanted to make them so that they were accessible for all ages, that they weren't scary or violent, and like, you know, that my evangelical Christian mother-in-law would like them and feel comfortable with them in the house with her grandchildren. And that was like really my goal, was just to think more about like reconnecting with slowness in nature. So yeah, well, thank you guys for being here. I'm gonna say,
Will you do a reading for me before we go?
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
I think, Katie, she'll take, yeah, you guys can. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I don't want to keep her up any later.
Your kids.
Oh,
That's what I was saying. I was like, oh darn, did I ask too much?
No, that's fine.
So thank you for doing a quick reading for me.
Oh, no, okay. Well,
And
we
you
don't have
guys make
to-
sure you eat something before you go. So we have to use up all the food.
Okay, so you don't have to be quick. This is your time. So just take a deep breath. Yeah.
Do a
Give
little
you
box
all
breathing.
Your attention is on you. And then you can, and as you do that, shuffle the cards. Just like feel them out, see like what you got.
They're just, this is the first time I've been able to look at them. Like all of them and kind of like touch them, and they do feel good. Like they have a good feel.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They feel comfortable,
Oh, good.
don't they? Yeah.
I think they're.
Yeah,
really-
it's a real nice feel.
You can
Okay.
feel the difference from like these prototypes to like that
It's
quality.
like really nice. Okay.
Okay, now cut the cards this way. And did you get to think about what you
I
wanted to?
did.
Okay.
Yes.
So now I'm gonna just. Oh. Of course. Okay. So
Okay.
we're gonna again. This is a really simple reading. This past, present, and future. And so when we look at the past, we see you're contending with the Page of Swords. So the swords are the realm of thoughts, and thoughts are hard. Sometimes you can't believe everything you think, right? But the Page of Swords is ready to kind of be playful and has like risen above like old thought systems that are hard, that are challenging. And so this is the recent past. Like you recently really started to understand, like, yeah, I'm going to let go of these thoughts that aren't serving me right now, and I'm going to keep going. The Page of Wands. So again, we have page, like both of these cards are playful. It means that you've completed some cycle recently and you're starting something new. In the realm of thoughts was your recent resolution, and now you're in the realm of the spirit, and you're kind of thinking about what's my spiritual relationship to this thing that I'm navigating. And so that's really exciting. And so the page, again, it's like playful and good and positive. This is like the fire lizard, right? So the spirit, it's like the element of fire really rules this, whereas this is the element of air, and the element of this animal, like this lizard, can like walk through the coals and is fine.
Oh yeah.
Now these were like near term past, near term present. This is a big theme for you. So this is about like the High Priestess. This is just this really incredible manifestation of intuition and knowing and balance, and very powerful. And you can see that these cards are the purple cards. They are the major arcana, which represent the major themes in our lives. The High Priestess, she's number 2. In the tarot card progression, we start with the Fool, which is like the holy fool who's
Right.
unencumbered. Then we go to the Magician. This is like, oh, you have everything you want. But the High Priestess, she's like fully inhabiting herself in all the ways that one does. So that's awesome.
Wow. And this is so powerful. I have to take a picture of it.
Yeah, of course.
So you guys, before we get off the air, I want to make sure that everyone has a chance to ask questions. So if you have any questions to ask, or you have anything that kind of came up as we were doing this tonight, this is the time to do it, because the people who are watching virtually probably have questions, right? But they can't really ask them.
Enid, why don't you read like one of your favorite excerpts from the book?
Thank you.
Okay.
There's a good question. So we're going to put it back on Enid so we can see her in the rule of thirds kind of best practices.
So the way that this book works is this side is in Spanish, and then you turn it over, and this side's in English.
Go closer to the mic. So
Okay, so I'll just read from the introduction, and I think the introduction really speaks to like what this is about in terms of just reconnecting. So it says, "There's more to the world than what we see. Do you remember when you discovered this? Perhaps you were a child. The plants, stones, and animals sent you messages. Remember, remember, they whisper. Remember who you are. The tarot cards remind us of our true selves and our relationship with the earth's natural cycles, while leading us back to our heart's path. Life cycles form the basis for the tarot deck's structure, the cycles of human emotion, creativity, and nature. We are part of nature. Because our ancestors had relationships with the ancestors of the plants, animals, and stones, and water, our spiritual journeys are connected with theirs. Like our ancestors, we are affected by the four elements, the four seasons, and the movement of heavenly bodies across the four directions, each represented by the four suits of tarot. This Borderlands Tarot guide draws on tarot's long international tradition. The symbols of the cards represent the histories, belief systems, ecology, and landscapes that characterize the US-Mexico border. Our bilingual cards in English and Spanish feature the borderlands, highlighting the region's juxtaposition of farmlands and nature. That's just the beginning of the introduction.
So, do you have a favorite card?
Um,
Like one that really speaks to you personally?
I think for me that I
Or
really
professionally.
professionally, I have no professionalism. I
Yes, you do.
really love. Okay, these two. It's funny they're right next to each other. Like how crazy. I love the Ace of Cups, which is like this new beginnings of the heart and emotion, and I just think it's like a happy.
It's a happy, yes, it is.
And then I love the Three of Wands, which is like opening a new vision. I really enjoyed painting it, and I really like it. So thank you.
Thank you, Enid. Oh my gosh. A big round of applause for Enid, Baxter, Ryce. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Oh, that was so beautiful. I can't wait to get my own deck and open it up.
And it's so awesome to have it at the place where like I reconnected with this history. So
And before we go tonight, I'm going to show you my tarot deck. So that's kind of a fun connection, actually. So actually, I'm going to step around behind you quickly and say goodnight to everyone. So thank you all for being virtually and physically here. A lot of people are that were here earlier had to leave. However, it was such a beautiful evening, and thank you, Enid, for sharing your creativity and your heart and your art with us, and for participating in our community. So thank you again, everyone who's here tonight, and Enid, thank you for being here tonight, and a big round of applause for Enid Baxter Ryce.
thank you so much.
Yay! So we're going to sign off now, you guys, and this will be online forever. Pretty much.
I'm sure it'll be fine.